Because you know that if it was just me here, there would not be this cheering, standing ovation and women throwing panties. It's Thursday, January 23rd, 2003. Please welcome my co-host for the day, Kevin Richardson from the Backstreet. Currently starring in Chicago. You just opened?
Yes.
Monday night?
Monday.
Oh my gosh, that has to be so exciting and nerve-wracking all at the same time.
All of that and more. I was a nervous wreck.
You played Billy Flynn, obviously.
Billy Flynn, yeah.
How much time did you have to prepare for that?
2.5 weeks of rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And being that I knew I was only going to have that amount of time, I tried to learn all the songs and start rehearsing and learning my dialogue before I got there. So. Did
you go every night to see the play, or did you want to make it your own totally? And
I went and watched the show a couple times, and I shadowed Billy Zane, who did a great job. I shadowed him backstage to learn all the cues and stuff.
Right.
But I did want to make it my own, so I watched it a couple times.
Now,
went and saw the movie, which is great, by the way.
That's a great film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so unique the way... usually, these Broadway shows don't translate very well. I don't think, too.
I thought they did an amazing job.
They did do an amazing job.
Cell Block Tango is my favorite.
Oh, gosh, I could watch it all day.
Very sexy.
Now, it's extremely freezing outside. We're going to take a look because it's the coldest day of the year so far. 11 degrees. There it is. Manhattan and
cold out there.
Don't you wonder on days like this, don't you say to yourself, why don't I live in Hawaii? I find myself saying, don't they have talk shows in Hawaii that I get? Like, I'm not saying that, I'm so important here. Clearly, they could replace me in 2 seconds' time. But couldn't I have a talk show in Hawaii? Or couldn't we do live from Hawaii? Let's think about that.
Time difference would screw the show.
We should move the show. Okay, if we did a morning show in Hawaii, what time would it be here? 8 o'clock at night?
Well, we'd have to do it in the middle of the night.
What are you guys doing at 8 o'clock at night? Nothing. You'll love it. It'll be so much fun. So, what I want to know is, because it's my job to sort of play Regis today.
All right. I'm going to try.
Regis is on vacation, by the way, if you're wondering where he is. Are the other Backstreet Boys jealous of your independent success? You can be honest with us.
They're very happy for me.
Come on, Kevin!
They're very happy for me. We all want to give each other room to do things like this, and being that we've had the success that we've had, it gives you lots of opportunities to do different things, and this opportunity came along, and I jumped at it. I couldn't pass this up. It's a dream come true.
Well, a lot of people are saying that, the Backstreet Boys, in particular, is really responsible for this whole, movement of all of these reality shows, trying to discover the next big thing, the next big group, the next big... Did you watch any of the reality shows last night that were on?
I did get to see some outtakes of the new...
American Idol?
American Idol.
Right.
That looks interesting this year. It looks like they didn't have any pre-auditions to kind of narrow down some of the talent there. Yeah, that was pretty wild. I figured but that's part of the entertainment of it. You go from one extreme to another, and then they had some really colorful characters on there this time who were really giving the judges a lot of...
It's almost as if they've been encouraged to do so.
Oh, yeah.
They seem like they have some ornery people there that are that sort of somehow in their insecurity must know that they may not be very good because, I'm sorry.
I just kicked her.
That's okay. As soon as the judges say, you really don't have any talent, a near fist fight breaks out. It's like, what do you mean I don't have any talent?
It's like...
One girl last night actually said, I know you're going to say I don't have any talent, but here goes. How do you start a song like that?
But it's like they've told their friends, okay, I'm going to go and just make a total scene and get on TV.
They really did. But then you have to think,
People are watching.
Did they really sit outside in the freezing cold for, 12 hours? Because they don't think they can. Well, it's all over. L.A., New York, Chicago, Detroit. But last night was amazing because I watched something unfold that was, I don't know if, did you guys see American Idol? Okay, amazing. So this one guy gets up, he is so bad, right, that Paula, Simon, and Randy, thank you, the other guy, because he's so nice that you never remember his name.
Yeah, he is a nice guy.
The three of them are astounded into silence, like this. Right? And so the guy stops singing, and they're like this. And he takes that as his cue to give them more.
He thinks he's doing good.
He's like, I've got them right where I want them. Let me sing some more. And all of a sudden, Randy throws his hand up and goes, oh, I'm sorry, that's enough. And then Simon is so, he's like, you may be quite possibly the worst singer in Detroit.
I've ever heard in my life.
You're so awful that people would kill themselves if we... He told the guy that if we let you release an album, the record industry would die. But then there was something really sad that I saw. There was this woman who had a little boy, and she was there all day waiting to audition, and she was a professional boxer, and she had like a very sad story. Like her husband was a corrections officer and he was killed. And I thought she did a fairly nice job. I mean, she kind of tried to choreograph a routine, which she shouldn't have done. She should have just gotten up there and did the song, and that's it. Because I thought her voice in and of itself was fine. But she was really banking on this. She was banking on this as her way out of Detroit for a better life for her and her son. And when they told her no, I just thought that the reaction was so strong that they should have given her the dignity to turn the camera off. And they followed her out as she broke down in front of her little boy. And I just thought, like, they've taken it too far. Like, now it's too far. It's when it's all in good fun, when people are up there singing badly and then they're like, well, I don't let you either, Simon. That's funny. But when a woman is there crying and she's got a little boy there and he's like, Mommy, what's wrong? And it's just like, that's too much. They should have turned the camera off, I thought.
I saw an outtake of another girl. I guess after they do the audition, they go and say, well, what did you think? How did you feel? And they film that as well. And this girl was she was crying her eyes out. She was hysterically crying. And
a lot of people bank a lot on this stuff. And I don't know. I mean, you've been through it. You know how hard the record industry is.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. You got to be on your P's and Q's. It's a lot of work. You got to be talented. You have to have a good work ethic and a lot of luck.
And you have to take criticism too, because a lot of people don't want to hear the criticism at all.
You have to be able to take constructive criticism. Yeah.
Now I understand that you have a very a big connection to our show, and Regis in particular.
It's very ironic that I'm sitting here right now in Regis' chair because about 12 years ago I met Regis when I was working at Walt Disney World. We were doing Christmas parade and he was down there hosting it.
Right.
And I was playing Aladdin in the parade.
My favorite! I married my husband because I think he looks like Aladdin.
Yeah. Hey, really?
I'm not kidding.
So, I met Regis, shook his hand there, and here I am sitting in his
now you're playing Regis.
I'm playing Regis. Full circle.